Most visitors to Grand Canyon do not undertake the physically and logistically challenging 21-mile-plus hike from rim to rim, but instead seek to see all the best of Grand Canyon on an easy 1-hour walk. And here it is, my favorite walk or easy hike at Grand Canyon, from the historic village to Yavapai Geology Museum. You can go one way and take a bus back, or do the round trip if time and energy allow. It doesn't take long to find great views on the Rim Trail. Just 30 seconds from my room at Bright Angel Lodge, there are great views of the Bright Angel Trail, Havasupai Gardens, and the Bright Angel Fault stretching all the way to North Rim. That's the route I like to take when I hike rim to rim. A fun detour on this hike is to go down Bright Angel Trail for just 3 minutes to the first tunnel. Just beyond the tunnel is an unmarked spot where you can look up to the rim to see pictographs from native inhabitants that are as much as 4,000 years old. People have been coming to Grand Canyon for a long time. If you have extra time, you can stop into the public buildings in the historic village. Kolb Studio, Lookout Studio, Bright Angel Lodge, Hopi House, and 1905's El Tavar Hotel, which is shown here. It's a public building, take a look inside. But these historic buildings are covered in another video. The point of this walk is to see the canyon. Just past El Tavar, along the Rim Trail, on your way to Yavapai Geology Museum, you hit the first of 3 kiosks on the Trail of Time. The Trail of Time originates at Yavapai, so you're about 1/3 of the way when you get to here. Here are the rocks of the Grand Canyon, all cut and polished in the order in which you'll find them in real life in the canyon. And an extra treat, along the side of the trail, you'll also find examples of the rocks of the canyon in geological time order. Lovely views here as well. There are great views along this short walk. Bright Angel Fault and Grandeur Point, one of the features of the fault you can see in the distance. We'll be stopping there in a few minutes. About halfway through the walk, there's a T-intersection that leads you down to the old visitor center, built in Mission 66 style, and the Grand Canyon Graveyard, if you should like to visit there as well. But we're going to go on to Yavapai Geology Museum. A great thing about the trail is it's all paved, wheelchair accessible. There are numerous benches for you to sit on and rest or enjoy the spectacular views. Grandeur Point used to be marked on maps, and it's one of the most underrated views of the canyon. But even without a sign, you'll recognize it easily. While tourists pack Mather Point, you can often stand alone on Grandeur Point and see spectacular views of the canyon. You can look back and see Bright Angel Trail as it winds into the canyon. See the tip-off on South Kaibab Trail, 4.5 miles from the trailhead, where it plunges to the river. See Black Bridge, built in 1928 to carry mules and pedestrians to Phantom Ranch. See the Bright Angel Fault that the North Kaibab Trail follows all the way to the North Rim. And if you squint, you can also spot the North Rim Lodge, where rim-to-rimmers can overnight before hiking back the next day. Just shy of the Geology Museum, the Trail of Time starts. In summer, tour buses drop huge groups that walk along this trail. In winter, it's much more quiet, but it is well used. Beautiful walk. If you're tired, there's a bus you can pick up here. Go to the visitor center, catch another bus if you're back at Bright Angel Lodge, and be back without any more exercise. But for me, I'm going to walk back. The Yavapai Geology Museum was built in 1928 with local materials as an observation station, and it was remodeled early this century to feature geological information. The rock wall, a predecessor to the rock kiosks on the Trail of Time, is covered now. It's a bit humble, but gives visitors a chance to get out of the weather, learn a bit about the geology of the canyon, and even shop for souvenirs in a gift store which is tax-free because purchases support the Grand Canyon Conservancy, a nonprofit organization. Steps outside of the Geology Museum, you get two views of the river, the second one including Black Bridge running across the river, Phantom Ranch, North Kaibab Trail as it goes up to North Rim Hotel, and no crowds. Amazing. With the sun sinking in the western sky, it's hard to see Black Bridge crossing the Colorado River, but when the sun is high in the sky, it's easy to see. But you do get a great view of the Tonto Trail, especially where it intersects with South Kaibab Trail at the tip-off, something I'll be hiking tomorrow. Great walk, great view. All of the best to Grand Canyon in a 2.5 mile walk. I hope you get the chance to do this sometime.